Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intent. We emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's noted in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them.
Coach, thanks. We're about 12 miles south of the future home of the Chargers at the current home of the Chargers, and that's Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup here in Week 3 between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Chargers. Two former division rivals in the old AFC West, the Seahawks and Chargers, are underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Set, 180. Check, walk 54, walk 54. Zero. You don't see me in your nightmare.
They go play action here on first down. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number. One from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And the tight end Dixon left side. And it's a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of 2 there, second down. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
47. 50 seconds.
Throwing, Prescott. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Complete. It's Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Gordon. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Marquise Blair, 2nd-round pick from Utah, there to bat it away. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Carson. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott to throw it. Dancing to his left. And that'll be incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target. But now it'll be 3rd down. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check three. You go tight. Hey, easy. Wait, 89.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers going for the deep ball. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To the air again here, Rivers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. Open man is Gordon, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Rivers now. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a carry by the 3rd-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
A 34-yard attempt.
And Bryant's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
So don't say nothing. Check 15. Check 15.
They begin with a run by Penny, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Come on. Everyone go.
Now Prescott. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett past the 20 and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point seeding.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this.
Kiss him goodbye, Travis Benjamin. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, 74 yards. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator's a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Prescott. And it's incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Third and short yardage. Prescott completes it to Dixon. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Carson. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Red! Watch the Red Delta!
Another try after the first down sack. Rivers. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 27 yards there, a first down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And it's complete. Henry. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Derwin James, an All-Pro as a rookie last year, up from his safety spot to make the tackle. On 2nd and 7, Prescott. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Penny, a first down carry. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play there just before halftime. Give him 58 yards on the ground. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. This is Carson. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Prescott now. This will be caught at about the 5. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Prescott on 3rd and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Chargers take over first and 10.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Done.
Final play of the half, Rivers. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Second half begins with a run from Penny. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
From the 27, Prescott. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Give him 6 yards in the 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run it with Carson, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Push him back. Push him back.
Second down, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. David Moore, the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Prescott. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
To me, the defense was a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So Rivers will lead the Chargers out 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Throwing, Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing again on second down. Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Now Carson fumbles the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On second down, here's Penny. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
First down, Prescott. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he loses the football a second time. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there by Gordon. And even 50 yards on the ground. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball.
He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. From 10 yards out, and the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
The Seahawks take over.
That's good, baby. We're going to work.
Their own 25-yard line.
There we go. 4-8-8. Let's go. We got this. We got this. 26. 31 to Mike. You. On 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. Quick slant caught by Moore. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Derwin James, an All-Pro as a rookie last year, up from his safety spot to make the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 19. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 19.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Gotta do better. Come on.
Now it's the backup Smith. And he's going to go down again.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Fielded at the 20. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Taylor, and he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
A first throw here for the backup, Taylor. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On 2nd down, Taylor's throw incomplete.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Taylor. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Now Gordon on 1st down. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Let's go, D.
From the 17, Taylor. And it's caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And now we're all even. Brand new ball game, tie game.
In a sense, you're starting over. Tie ball game, everyone's back to even, back to equal. A good job getting back in it.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Once more, here's Eckler. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. 22 yards. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the fourth quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The fourth quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a second down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let them know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 14-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got it. And he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50. 50 seconds left to go in the game. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Smith. That'll be caught by the rookie. It's Gary Jennings Jr. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 15 yards on the play. First down. Smith now 4 of 6 since taking over, and he's got a first down. Smith throwing again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Read it well, and it's picked. Jennings was the one he was looking for. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory. Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room. They'll start here with Jackson, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there? I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them. Taylor going to throw it. Here as he's taken down. Cassius Marsh, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice. And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.